All right, we're live, Meredith, with music. Meredith is scowling at me right now, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. Did you fall asleep upstairs at all?
No, I'm mad at you.
Oh, yeah. Why?
You know why.
I cleaned the kitchen.
You know why.
I did nothing. I don't think nothing bad.
You're just in a mood.
Oh, okay. For a second, I was like, maybe we should talk about this later. I did something I'm not aware of.
No.
All right.
You're in a mood.
Yeah, I guess.
So I'm scowling at you.
Well, thank you everyone so much for coming and watching another Monday Night Drive live. You know what I mean? It's that kind of day.
Welcome to Monday Night Draw. See, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, you're much better at that. So today we're going to be drawing Angela, and this is
before we start. What am I walking
on? That's
the stuff that's going to matter.
No, don't worry about it. I've got paper all around my desk. I've actually spent the last week working on a project that I have coming up fairly soon. We'll see when it actually comes, but it's a very in-depth kind of a thing, and so I'm using a lot of paper, and I've got it everywhere. I actually recorded yesterday. I recorded yesterday for a couple hours, and I realized I didn't have the sound on.
Literally, if I wanted to find Dave's office, I could be blind. I would just have to follow the feel of the paper under my feet. It's like a freaking trail of breadcrumbs here.
Yeah, and you know what? I clean it up, but the problem is that and especially because I drew so much and had no sound, I had to redraw everything. So it's twice the stuff, and I had to have the old stuff. So I knew I'm going to start drawing. Okay, so Angela, and by the way, for Henry Jeremick, once again, here's my layout, such as it is. There's not much to it. It's that little thing right there. Can you even see that? That's what I did. So, yeah. Sometimes I can draw pretty more involved layouts, I guess, and sometimes, well, this is the layout this one has. So hopefully it won't bite me in the butt. We'll see. Okay.
You're very loud, aren't you?
Am I?
I don't know.
Oh, you're turning down. What are you turning down? My volume?
No, I would never turn down your volume. Mute. You're muted right now. Ha ha ha. How does it feel?
I'll just draw.
All right.
So I have one thing before
I've got super chats.
Okay, well, before you start, let me just say this really quickly. Two things. I got an email from Jimmy Reyes. For those of you, I'm sure most of you guys know, he's here with us.
Who's Jimmy Reyes?
There you go.
Is that Page One Comics guy?
Page One Comics guy, yeah. And
Page One Comics guy.
So, number one, I've been talking about his inking brushes because, frankly, I've been talking about them because they're great brushes, and I love what he does with them. I think they're really, really good. You can find them on his Gumroad. I am actually now an affiliate. I just found out in an email. I haven't had a chance to talk to him. So there you go. So now me actually saying that means that I'm getting, something from that. So
just because you say it,
I hope that doesn't sound shady now, but yeah, so there you go. I'm a Jimmy Reyes affiliate. I'm happy to be affiliated with him. And the other thing, and I don't know what this is, but I saw, oh, hey, and Jazz Singh is here. And Jazz Singh, by the way, is doing work for Jimmy on Dragon Rage, which is a great book. Pick it up. And he's using, the same program and Jimmy's brushes, and he does incredible work with it. Apparently there's an announcement with Dragon Rage. I don't know what it was. Al Padrino mentioned it, and I didn't get it. Like, I'm seeing this go by, and I missed it. So I'd love to hear what it is.
All right. First super chat comes from Artsy Designs for $2. It's clearly for me because it says, "Just want to say thanks. You're an awesome person."
Yeah.
So
clearly you.
That's clearly about me.
No confusion there.
No.
Well, on Meredith's behalf, thank you very much, Artsy. And by the way, this picture is for Artsy. This is a picture he's been requesting, and I've been promising for a while. I've got a few of these. I had Gambit. We managed to get to that one. I've got this one. What else do we have? I know we have a few more, and we're getting there 1 week at a time. And actually, next week is going to be
Next week is going to be commission week.
Yes, it is, and a very special one.
No, come on. Are you kidding me right now?
Oh, no, I'm not kidding you. I'm even going to show you guys.
I got a list, man.
Yeah, but here, check this out. And and this is on your list.
Oh, you're going to start on that? Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay, I gotta.
Everybody, by the way, I'm gonna jump super chats. I don't normally do that, but I'm gonna read Tag super chat. Tag Model Works for $5 says, "Hi, David Meredith. I see the set decorators made it."
Okay,
right.
well, before I go into that,
we were gonna draw, but Dave's gonna do an unboxing video instead. Hold on.
Should I unbox it? Actually, that would be very cool.
Yeah, do an unboxing
It's all.
video.
I would have to. It's all sealed. Is it sealed? Yeah, it is. I don't have anything to unseal it.
You don't have any kind of box cutter down here?
No. And it's sealed well.
Well, you always have a X-Acto knife blade.
We can bring this out later on. Maybe you can run up at some point and just get a knife or something. We'll leave that to Meredith later. But anyway.
I actually hit the wrong button. What I meant to say was, ha 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 ha. Yeah, I'm going to run up later.
Okay.
I'll text Isaac.
There you go. Perfect. Make sure he doesn't run with scissors. So yeah, in that box is a massive picture, and it's got original artwork from years and years ago from some amazing artists. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to. But anyway, it's very cool, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of figures on it, and so I'm going to do some of that next week. I'm really actually kind of pumped about it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and for the most part, I'm going to be doing it just on my own, because it would be way too much for a stream, and I don't want to be streaming, you know, here's this little character and here's this. So I'm going to film the whole thing, and so I'll put it up on the channel when it's done. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
The stream's so busy, I probably missed a super chat while we were doing that.
Yeah, probably.
No, I got that one. Andrew La.
Oh, and by the way, about the background, because it was a super chat.
You do that to me every freaking time, man.
Okay, go ahead.
No.
I was going to cut you off again. The background right now, this is a temporary background. I just took some of Meredith's
noise
from Meredith's. These were her shelves that she had upstairs, and I put them there because it's still the blank wall. It's still an unfinished basement, and I thought I can't have it look, you know, so terrible. So at least it's something.
Oh, he didn't do it for you guys.
Sure, I did.
For a video that you're filming.
And, okay.
We can't talk about.
Actually, you know, it is true.
He'd make you guys watch floating.
I'm the worst. I take you guys for granted. Yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't leave it.
Open something, but you're the best. You're simply the best. You're better than all the rest. Yes, you can have a Gatorade. Andrew. Okay, now can you do the super chat?
Yeah.
Andrew Law.
Yeah.
For $5.
Yeah.
Andrew says, "Thank you so much for the composition video."
Oh, you're very welcome.
Kind of understood it before, but now I totally get it and how to apply it. Hyped for Angela.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Angelas, he didn't.
Yeah, I gathered. Thank you. Yeah, the composition video was fun to do. It's a bit of a different video too, because I really thought it was going to be a little bit more advanced, and then as I'm doing it, I thought there's so much ground to cover. I can't just start throwing out, you know, like this little nuance or that little nuance. And really, that's a problem that I have with a lot of learning stuff, is that it just gets so much of composition and so much of a lot of things is very subjective, and I wanted to stay with stuff that's relatively not subjective. So that's how it ended up being. By the way, I already know what I'm going to do, because tomorrow I have to do next week's. And
are you kidding? Are you ever going to draw a page?
All right. Stop it.
No.
So
I'm going to say, welcome to the Finch Flock Journey Art.
Thank you very much, Journey Art. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm doing a how to draw zombies video for next week, and I know it's not serious like a lot of them that I've been doing lately. It's been much more, you know, kind of nuts and bolts and a little more serious, and I just really wanted to do it. I thought it'd be a lot of fun. I got a couple of requests. Maybe I'm just telling myself that I really wanted to do it, so yeah, I'm doing it. It's gonna be fun.
Jimmy says, "I never thought I would say this. Can you make Meredith Finch louder?" Since I'm in control of the sound, I can make myself louder. I have to make the microphone closer to me. It sucks because Dave set himself up this beautiful setup, but I literally have to rest a 20-pound microphone on my hip because you didn't care enough about me.
No, it's true. You know what?
To get me any kind of a decent setup.
I know you're not wrong, and I keep, like I say, oh, I'll have it fixed, and it's the same.
It's exactly the same thing.
Okay, I promise you, I will have it fixed.
Jury rigged this microphone.
I know you're right. I really, and I have said, oh, I'll fix it, and I've just been Well, I have
Hey,
not
Meredith
fixed it.
tonight. I worked really hard today, though.
Yeah, you
I
did.
can think it's official. I can say I now have a closet and a laundry room. That's it.
Yep. Oh,
Yay!
hey, with music. I need my reference. I'm kind of getting at a point where I need reference. Is she falling over?
Kevin says I can actually hear David's pencil and paper tonight. Oh, there's a bug in here. We need to get the screens up. We haven't got any window screens up yet. Now the bugs are coming. Captain Battleship has a super chat for $9.99. Captain says, "Howdy, Finches. I'm moving into a bigger place and will finally have the space for a drafting table.
Oh, that's great.
What should I be looking for when shopping for one?"
Wow, am I ever the worst person to ask? This drafting table that I have I got this actually.
You won't buy new things.
So I got this when I was 20. I just decided I wanted to try and draw comics, and my mother got me a drafting table, and we actually went. This was, in the buy and sell of the local newspaper. This was before any kind of internet. So, yeah, and I've had this desk ever since. I've had it for years and years. There's paint all over it. I've got people's phone numbers. Like I've got Jimmy Reyes' number right there. Eric Grove is over here, and I'm never changing it. I don't care how awful it looks. It looks so terrible. All my ink spray is everywhere on it. I'm keeping it. My chair too, which also looks terrible, but hanging on to that too. Bring up my reference here. Okay. You went quiet. What happened?
But you were talking, and then you just suddenly stopped talking. You caught me off guard.
Okay.
I was reading the chat.
So I'm drawing her hair. Here's hair.
Apparently, Jimmy's got news about Dragon Rage.
And what's the news?
I don't know what the news is.
That's what I was saying.
Man Devil said, "Meredith, did you see Jimmy's news?" So
no.
Somebody tell us the news. Jimmy, tell us the news. Eric, tell us the news. Someone tell us the news. Andy Comics Cast has a super chat for $5. Andy says, "A drafting table is like an artist's soul. We never let it go."
Yeah. And I should say,
you never let anything go.
No.
You have the same ratty, even though uncomfortable chair. Even though I bought you new, nicer chairs that are probably more comfortable, you're so superstitious.
This is my chair. In terms of, okay, so assuming you're not crazy and superstitious, I would recommend, there are tables that you can get that you can actually adjust, so they will just stand right up, or they'll sit down and you can draw standing. You can also get tables, and I really like these, and if you work traditionally, and I'm assuming if you want a drafting table you do, you can get tables that have a surface on them you can stick tacks into, and that's so great for perspective, because you put a tack in where you want your perspective point, and then you just rest your ruler along that tack, and you're not having to line it up to the point all the time. And I could have saved myself, like over the years, I can't imagine, like years, who knows, maybe a year of work of me just having to find that stupid point, but I am not changing this desk ever.
Next super, I'm just ignoring that. You'll die with it. I'll bear it. You want me to burn it and bear it with you?
Please.
Okay.
What are you talking about? We're going to end up having to burn you and bury you with me too. That's how it's going to go. You didn't know that? You know I'm going first too, so that's coming.
Maybe not. Drag me into the ground. Tagmo Model Works. Tag is another super chat for $5. Tag says, I was thinking how cool it would be to see a video on how to draw zombies. Just spitballing.
No, hey, look at that. I'm glad somebody's excited. Every time I do something that I know is like, I was telling Eric yesterday, our moderator, Eric Grove, that I really want to do it. I'm excited to do it, but I know that so many of you, you really want like nuts and bolts, something that's a little bit more serious. And or at least I'm assuming that, and I'm sure that's true. And so I kind of fear, if I do something that's a little bit more cornball and, just something like that, that people will be a little upset. But you know what? It's one video and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast. Looking forward to it.
Chow Win has a super chat for $5. Chow says, "Hi, David Meredith. Hope you guys are well. Will there be any David Finch art book in the future?"
There will be.
Rock on, Patches!
There will be an art book for sure at some point in the future. It's really having to work out exactly, because I'm getting to the point now where I've got enough, I think, that we could do it. So we need to actually start looking into that, and we will. So
that's all on Eric now.
I'm basically, what I'm doing right now is just sketching in everything, because I don't want to have to draw all of this tightly. I'm too lazy. So if I just really loosely sketch in where everything kind of goes, then I can just put it in with ink. All I need is a bit of a guide. Stop.
I have the news.
Oh, okay. What's the news?
Dragon Rage #1 is going to print.
Oh, that's great. Congratulations, Jimmy. Congratulations, Page One Comics. Jazz, all you guys. That's really great.
There'll
That's
be a
great
second chance to get a copy on Indiegogo soon. Yay, Jimmy!
I'm still waiting for mine. But I mean, it hasn't gone to print yet, so.
Right.
But it will, and I'm looking forward to
exciting.
it. Yeah, that really is. I've got 2 different pictures here, so I'm kind of, let me go back and forth here. And of course, they're utterly and completely different.
Everybody made sure I saw it. Kevin Mandeville, like, Indie Comics Cast said going to print, great. And then Kevin Mandeville pointed up to the Indie Comics Cast with little pointy fingers to say, look, Meredith, going to print. You do not want me to miss it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really great. I mean, it's exciting. This is Jimmy's first comic that he's put out onto the market, his own product. I mean, he's been published obviously before, but it's different when it's your own thing. Oh, yeah. And that's very, very cool.
Very special to hold your first book in your hand.
Yes. And I have a cover, by the way. I didn't mention. I'm sure most of you guys know, but I did a cover for it. So there's that too.
I'm going to help Eric out here.
Okay.
And David has launched a new course on drawing expressions and caricatures on his website.
Oh, yes. Yes, I have thank you, both of you, Eric. And I have a new course on caricatures and expressions. It's almost 4 hours or 3 hours anyway. It's long. There's a lot of content in there. I did a small portion of it for a YouTube video, and my intention was to do that video and have it advertise the course. But that's how things go around here. I'm so busy. That just never happened. And so now months later, here's the course, completely not in connection with what I wanted to use to advertise in the first place. But yeah, it's up. A ton of content. There's a whole bunch of all the drawing for it is available as resources. Also, if you get it on the website, you can buy both that and the first one, which is how to draw superhero heads together as a bundle at a huge discount. So there you go. So hopefully you'll check it out. I'm looking at reference, so I can't see what I'm. Yeah, davidfinchart.com is just right there at the bottom. You don't even know your website? I know my website. I couldn't remember if I had it at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, okay. You're scaring me from it there. Thinking you're having a stroke.
It hasn't gone that badly yet.
Navy Sharks wants to know, hey, Meredith and Dave, any updates on Dave's Creator-Own project? No, because he's too busy doing YouTube videos.
Would you lay off a little bit? So you guys are encouraging this. You know what? As far as an update goes, I just turned in a bunch more pages, and this is the final stretch of the book. So it is actually coming closer to being an actual finished thing that will one day be a reality. It's coming.
2022.
2020. Yes, when it finally comes out, I'll be finished this year. It'll come out. Look.
I'll tell you what.
You don't actually know.
I'm having a big party in the barn if you finish this year. Everybody's invited.
Okay. Fair enough.
I have all kinds of reasons to have parties.
What you're saying is you don't need a reason.
You'll
just have the party.
I'm going to need to have a party.
You won't need to have a party?
I won't, because I don't think you're going to finish this year.
Oh, thank you, Meredith. You're awesome.
It's so much going on right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're pulled in so many directions.
I'm struggling, truthfully. Yeah. So. We have actually had some, talks about because I want to do everything, and just finding kind of solutions to that. So
All right. Journey Art has a super chat for $5. Just wanted to say thank you. I'm in art college, and because of your YouTube channel, you inspired me to start one too, to share my journey.
oh, well, that is great.
Thank
Congratulations
you so
on
much,
starting.
Johnny.
Just don't quit, because everybody wants to, or at least most people. I've seen it so many times. People quit because it is hard. It's tough. Initially, you learn so quickly, and you pick up skills, and it's very exciting. And then you will find times when you'll just hit a bottleneck, and it will get difficult, and it'll get frustrating, and it can be very tempting to quit. And the people that don't quit are the people that make it, really. And it's, some people have it easier and some people have it harder. Ultimately, for you and for me, that doesn't matter, because we're not those people. You have to kind of take it as it comes for you. And, hopefully it goes very smoothly for you. I wish you the absolute best. And, regardless, hard or easy, the people that I've seen that have really persevered and made a career of it, they have done very well, and I think would not change their path in life. So, it's worth it in the end. It really is. As tough as it is, it's totally worth being a comic artist. It's a fun job.
All right. It seems like a fun job. I can't speak because I'm not a comic artist.
No, you're a writer. How fun is that?
It would be more fun if I had time to write right now.
You never have. I get all this flack all the time. And then you say, oh, you know what? Isaac will be back in school and I'll be able to write then. Nope.
Yeah,
This will happen. I'll be able to write then. Nope.
Well, to be fair, we have a closet now.
Yeah, I can't really fight that.
So, and April is everything's gonna I have one closet left in the house put together. And I have dump trucks here all day right now. So.
Yeah, we sure do. That's been fun.
Indie Comics Cast has a super chat for $5. Indy is laughing at you to say, yes, David, we know you did a cover.
But some people might not,
You're funny.
And I mean, I have to brag,
Right.
Is there anybody that pursues a field in art that isn't in some level self-centered, egomaniac?
Yeah, it's just you, Dave.
It's just me. Yeah.
We're gonna move on to the next super chat with that one. You're calling yourself an egomaniac. I would not call you that, but because you're not. You know what I mean?
I feel like I can be. Like I'm too. I have too much self-doubt to be an egomaniac, exactly. But at the same time, I definitely have.
That's based on self-doubt.
Sure. All right. I don't know what the heck that is. I'm just going to draw it from what I see in the reference. Sometimes I can't tell what I'm looking at.
Ryan Schultz has a super chat for $50.
Thank you very much, Ryan. This is very generous.
Says, hey, David Meredith, I have a question, but the thing is, it's too long to put here, but it's an issue I've been having lately. Do you have an email or something that I can send a Word document to? It's a journal entry of mine that talks about it. Yeah, just send it to dfinchartist@gmail.com. That's the website email, right?
That is, yeah.
Just say it's Ryan. We will take a look. See if we can help.
Absolutely.
All right. Daniel Castelli has a super chat for $4.99. Daniel says, your instructional content is clearly the best out there. Have you experienced any negativity from other instructors for sharing your secrets?
No, geez, not at all.
He's experienced negativity from his wife.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a, just in terms of
negativity from Meredith, not from other people.
Yeah, no, like Robert Marzullo has been instrumental in helping me navigate not only the channel, but just setting up the live stream. I couldn't have done this without him. Jimmy Reyes also, both those guys. And yeah, I actually just got followed by Mikey Mega, who has a phenomenal tutorial channel on manga and a huge channel. Anyway, I was very flattered that he followed me. So
Mikey Mega.
Yeah, he's very, very good. So yeah.
Mikey Mega. I have to look it up.
It's a YouTube name. You know how that goes.
Sure. Yeah.
The problem is, see, if I was younger and I started on YouTube, I'd have a
cooler YouTube name too.
I would.
Like Isaac's Asteroid Cupcake.
It's a good name.
This is still his name.
Yeah.
All right. Next super chat comes from Black Tiger 001 for $5. If you could retell any comic story, what comic event would you want to draw? I.e., redraw the death of Superman, Planet Hulk, or Lazarus Contract.
Oh man, that is such a great question. I'm okay. The problem with that is that I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite comics right now, and so I would not want to redraw them because they're my favorite because of how they were done. So bearing that in mind, like Batman: The Dark Knight, with Frank Miller, how great would it be to be able to draw that? But I mean, then it wouldn't be Frank Miller; it wouldn't be the same book. So I'm going to say that would be awesome. But I wouldn't. It's not like I would try and change things I mean, I couldn't. But if I could, press some kind of magic button, I wouldn't do it because I wouldn't want that book to not exist in the way it is now. And that is like any book that I could mention. The Tim Sale stuff. I love that stuff. Like how great it would be. So much fun to draw, but it wouldn't be Tim Sale. So yeah, with that caveat, there are a lot of books that I'd love to do. And I've gotten to draw a lot of books. Winter Soldier's coming out right now, and I loved the Winter Soldier design that. And I know him too. Oh man, no, it wasn't Steve McNiven. I don't know him as well as Steve McNiven, but I know him well enough that it's embarrassing that I just blank out all the time with names.
I'm gonna move on.
Okay.
And you can come up with it. I'm going to move on to the next super chat from Steve Hood for $5. Steve says, the composition video was great.
Oh, thank you, Steve.
With the Snyder Cut out, can you share any experiences with comics being edited heavily after the art was finished? Thanks. We really can't.
No, not really. And
it doesn't really happen in comics.
Oh, okay. Well, mostly. It happens, but it's rare. It really is rare. And this is the beauty of comics, is that we don't have time or budget to just be redoing things too much. So what you're seeing, it's like with a movie, you have all these different versions and they come up with 20 designs and, different scripts and this kind of thing. Whereas with comics, you're seeing, we're just going to throw it out there and we're having fun with it. And this is, our initial creative impulse. And it's, the designs, generally speaking, most artists design characters directly on the page. I usually do. And so it's just, it makes it a lot of fun. And, I mean, the movies are incredible. And part of the reason they're so incredible is because they have a level of planning that's difficult to achieve with comics. And, the visuals are absolutely amazing. The stuff that Andy Park and his whole group do at Marvel Studios is peerless. But, the comics have a charm for me just in that they come out, in a way that they were originally envisioned, for good or bad.
Sorry, I was skipping down, making sure I didn't miss these super chats. All right. Sith Lord Waldorf has a super chat for $5. And I really super love Sith Lord Waldorf's picture because it's the Muppets guy.
Can you show me?
It's so tiny. It's a Muppets guy with the red.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Love it. Sith Lord wants to know, when doing extreme foreshortening, like a punch coming at you, for example, I don't know if that's the punch sound effect, but I had to make one up. Is there a rule for how big to make the fist relative to the rest?
Okay. Is there like I am not aware of a hard and fast rule. I will say that you want to, and I did a video, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it, about how to, foreshorten an arm. So I've got an arm, and I'm going to foreshorten it very, very short. So it's coming pretty close to directly at us. And so here it is. And so I've gone, and I haven't measured this, so I'm going to say this is about twice as long as this part of the arm here, and then I've got the shoulder here. Obviously, it's a poorly drawn arm. And then the hand, if this is twice as long, I want this to be twice as long as it would. Now, it can't be twice as long as the forearm because the forearm is a lot longer. So kind of have to use my head a little bit, and I'm going to make it just about that big. And I think that'll work, and it looks good. That is the only way that I know how to do it. If there's a mathematical way to work it out. Now, I'll tell you right now, if there's a mathematical way to work out anything in drawing, I don't know it. I actively find ways to not have to think about any kind of mathematical equations, everything that I do. And
True fact.
Yeah, so anyway, I think that looks about right. It is possible to now just draw a massive fist on there, and I really do think experience, also drawing from artists that do it really well, and just doing studies of what they do, and you kind of get it in your head, that will help with that a lot. But I want to show you guys, this is how I measure my panels. And so I've got a page.
Oh, by the way, I'm just going to interject for a minute while you're doing this. Epting.
Yes, thank you, Steve Epting.
Stream has spoken.
Oh man, yeah, and he's like the nicest guy. And I'm sorry, Steve Epting. I'm the worst with. Okay, so I figure I want 2 panels that are evenly sized up here, and I could measure and say, actually, strictly speaking, with this paper, I've got a hash there. But if I didn't, I could measure that. But what I end up doing is I go, okay, here's the edge of my paper here. I'm going to say that looks like about halfway through. And then I mark it here also. And then I just go across. And look at that. I was off. That's too far. So now I just go back and I try just about here. Oh, wait, I need to mark it on my other page there. And then I try that. And that looks much better. And that gives me, actually, I'm still a little bit outside. I'd have to do one. Anyway, you get the picture. That's how I do everything. And I'm sure that's probably a lot harder than just measuring, but that's how I do it.
Oh, David. And I wonder why Isaac can't do math.
Yeah.
It's like beating your head against a brick wall.
Yeah, you know what? You have to give me some kind of credit, Meredith, for finding ways to do work, even though I'm a total moron.
Oh no, you're a genius, and you're a genius at avoiding and figuring out your own way to do your own work. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
That was a compliment.
It actually, you know what? That sounded like a compliment.
Good. Then I'm doing my job.
Wow.
Kevin Mandel is going to save me. He has super chat from 999.
Well, thank you very much, Kevin.
Kevin says, I hope you guys are a little more settled in this week post move. We are. Like I said, I have a closet and a laundry room now. Yeah, we are, I would say. David, can we expect any work from you on the new Aliens book from Marvel? Cough. Once for yes or twice for no.
No, I'm sorry. No.
Then it makes me cough.
No, I won't have anything for Aliens. Unfortunately, I've had to, over the last just a little bit, I'm really looking at, what I'm trying to accomplish here with the YouTube channel, with all the stuff, with the tutorial stuff, plus the create our own book, which, is very important to me. And I really want to actually have come out. Plus I've got other cover commitments. And so I'm really trying to find ways to figure out how to manage my time so I don't want to say burn out, because I don't really burn out. It's not how I can go, and I enjoy the stress, which is part of the problem. But I do get to a point where I'm just letting everyone down at all times, and that's not fun. And yeah, I think that's the biggest stress for me, is no matter what I'm doing, I'm not doing something that for someone else needs to be done. And they're very legitimately saying, hey, you said you would do this. Where is it? What's going on? Yeah, we have a schedule. Or, hey, like there's Discord. You said you would come and look at the artwork, and I feel terribly about it. And I just have not been able to. So, yeah, because I love Alien and I would have loved to do more with it. And I couldn't.
All right. Not Jamone has a super chat for $2, but I don't see a comment. So not Jamone, if you have a comment.
Yep.
Feel
Yeah,
free to post it.
definitely. And
Watch for it.
otherwise, regardless, thank you very much.
And a super chat from David Staples for $49.99.
Wow. Thank you very much, David. Really, again, very, very generous. Thank you very much.
David says, no question in particular, just want to thank you for doing this. You are inspiring a lot of young, talented artists like my son, Devlin.
Oh, well, I'm really glad to hear that. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I really hope he's enjoying drawing, and it's something that he continues. It's such a great career. It's such a fulfilling career, and it's tough. It can be tough. And I mean, you guys hear me complain about it sometimes, and I love this job. But
you hear me complain about it.
Yeah,
and I don't even do that job.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, it's a job where I'll bust my butt all day, and I'll work to the point where I do kind of get just burnt out by the end of the day. But then I have something to show for it, and there it is, and it's a picture that's always going to be there, and so it's always so important to me to make it as good as I can, because, and I've been in this situation before where I've just had no choice but to just work quickly, and those books haunt me. Every time I see them, it's upsetting. I'd rather take the time and put in the sacrifice, because nothing's better than a book that, even 10 years later I can look at and say, I'm pretty proud of it.
Right. Next super chat comes from Allison McGlone for $4.99. Allison, there wasn't a comment there, but Allison said a little bit lower, manga. I'm all about the manga. So I'm assuming it's in response to you getting followed by.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you very much, Allison.
Manga man, or is that what it was?
Mikey Mega.
Whatever. I was close. I'm so bad with names. I can barely remember a regular person's name, let alone.
You're bad with that kind of thing. I forget names of.
I'm actually really good with people's names.
You are. And what gets me is, like, I go to family reunions. I mean, we have like a Christmas dinner. We try to have it every year. We missed this past year, unfortunately, and that was before. No, we were there the previous year. This year was because of COVID, so it made sense. But yeah, I see my cousins I've known my whole life, and I blank like an idiot. I just, and this is where I sometimes think, am I like so solipsistic that I forget other people exist sometimes. It's not good. It's not good, Meredith.
Well, Dave. You know that I'm alive, right?
I know you're alive.
This is not a figment of your imagination.
Yeah.
The Mad Hatton has a super chat for $20. Mad Hatton says, super excited to make another one, just like another one being another stream. Just want to thank you again for doing so much for your fans. I'm your biggest fan, but have become a fan of Meredith too.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much. Nights? No, not then.
Not then. All right. Ryan Schultz says, Meredith, I sent an email with the Word doc. Okay, so I'm going to read one, since Ryan had a super chat. I'm going to read Ryan's question now. Okay. Whoops. What's been on my mind lately is gesture drawing and how to improve it to a point where I can do what I want with it to achieve the results I need. What I would like to be able to do is put down a quick gesture drawing of an image or composition of an idea that I thought of on paper well enough where the essence, mood, and or perspective of the scene is captured and can be built upon. Now that sounds ambiguous and a bit ridiculous depending on how you view it and how much you know about drawing and art. But what I'm after in art is to be able to express ideas I have clearly to another person, not necessarily make good art. That would be a plus though. You might interpret that as the idea of concept art, but I would say yes, but it's very different in the details. When a concept artist makes concept art, more often than not, they go off the description of theme given to them and look up references, then build their artwork from that with the basis of, oh, this would be a cool shot or concept. What I'm doing is taking reels of footage from my mind on concepts, or more importantly, stories and characters I made up, and asking myself, what scene from the story frames it the best in the moment that would make it easier to explain or pull them into the story as I talk about it if I need to. And that is a bit more difficult to do than what concept artists generally do, from what I'm understood listening to the other concept artists on YouTube. So, question. Now, how plausible is it to do this? I'm not quite sure. The idea of speed is not generally unheard of when it comes to gesture drawing, but the big difference is where the image comes from. Usually when drawing a gesture that fast, you're using other people around you as a reference, so you're using your eyes, not your imagination, to capture an image. And sometimes that's advantageous since the interactions you're drawing can be more than a couple of seconds, and your eyes can give you a better resolution than your mind can, being that the image is already rendered and the simple feeling of doubt doesn't alter it. Another thing is that I might be overestimating the difficulty of this, and artists may do this all the time. I could see animators having that argument, but I could see it very differently in my perspective. Animators may be thinking of simple gestures moving or live actors playing out the footage in their minds, but mine are almost feel fully rendered CGI movie and video game footage. I guess I could be playing it up because not only do I want the raw gesture, I want the composition too, the placement, all the major details within the scene. Another thing to consider is that I could be tackling this idea the completely wrong way, and almost bet that most artists would say that. But the problem is most artists gloss over how they do this part of the process. Sometimes you're even lucky to see them do that initial sketch, let alone explain it. And it's usually in like 1 to 5 seconds that it happens because it's sped up. Is this a common problem that no one wants to answer because they don't know how to articulate it? Or is it because no one has this question in their mind when starting to do art in anything? So I've been tackling this problem by doing gesture drawings of live Let's Plays on Twitch of third-person games, drawing the gestures of the player character or the enemy character in any given moment on the stream. But I seem to lose a good portion of the body language or clarity of the silhouette when simplifying the strokes to get the mentally captured image down on paper before the initial sharp image fades from memory into a blur. The initial response for me to this problem is slow down, you're going too fast, or you're not at that level yet, you need to study anatomy more and do more gesture drawing. I'm still references, but something tells me there's more to this problem than just gesture drawing. And if so, what am I missing?
Okay. That is a very good and well thought out question, I will say. And so before I draw something right now, I'm going to say that it is something that artists do all the time. And I think you're describing drawing very, very quickly and drawing scenes quickly so you can get it across. Yeah, I've got a spider crawling across the desk.
We got a lot of spiders.
We do, yeah.
Just kill it. Kill it.
I'm not killing it.
Kill it.
And
we'll kill a mouse, but we won't kill a spider.
Okay, well. So artists definitely do it all the time. Now with what was I saying?
That was a good question. Artists do it all the time.
Yeah.
The gesture drawing thing.
When you have movies, it's not concept art. It's basically, storytelling for the movie. I'm blanking out so badly. Anyway, that stuff is drawn really, really quickly. And so, if describe a scene, give me something.
Kicking you in the butt.
Okay. So I've got Meredith kicking me in the butt. And so I want to see my reaction to it. I'm going to start with...
Make sure my face is like this.
Okay, fine. And so my mouth is open. Am I actually... Let me make sure I'm actually in the camera view here while I draw this stupid thing. All right. I'm going to move the camera down just a little bit. All right. There's my chest. All right. And now I need to draw Meredith.
Kicking you in the butt.
Right. You're a little wide in the chest.
I'm definitely not wide in the chest. I'm svelte. Make me look like a man.
Okay, that is as fast as I could draw that. And you know, obviously that's pretty cartoony, and I don't know how much of what I've captured there is really, look, that's not a serious looking scene. There's no backgrounds. It's just a gesture, and it's a really, really loose, crappy sketch. But it kind of gets across, you know, me getting kicked in the butt. And there you go. So thanks for that suggestion.
Actually, it's pretty good.
But
I'm gonna frame that. Finish that drawing up. Okay, we're abandoning Angela for tonight.
All right.
Sorry, Artsy.
Anyway,
Dave's gonna finish that up, and I'm gonna frame it and hang it on the wall above the fireplace.
So I don't know if that's
background for Dave's.
I don't know. Okay, all right. I don't know if that's faster than what you're thinking, and this is the problem. Now, the skills that I used in order to do this all come from gesture drawing. It all comes from looking at other artists, drawing from their sketches, and then doing it myself, and just repetition. You know, I draw these kinds of figures all the time, and so I have the ability, after years of doing this, to be able to draw, you know, basically in a kind of a pose at command from any kind of angle. Sometimes it'll turn out better than others. Sometimes it'll be a fiasco, and that happens. But you'll notice there's no detail on here, and I could continue to do that, and I could. And now, by the way, this is the basis. These are just simple gesture figures. Now I can lighten this up and then actually go and draw something a little tighter. You know, get my anatomy a little bit more realized, and even put some shadow in. And, you know, and I can finish this out. I can even put a background in. I don't know what that background would be, but whatever it happened to be, I could put that in there. And so, and drawing really it's a stage process. It's quick little gestures like this. Well, first of all, is you establish your scene. So I've got a panel basically like this. This is what I'm working with. And then I figure, okay, my figures are going to block out basically this kind of about that big. So I got the one figure here, the other figure here. And I really just start working very simply, then a little bit more just to get the figures in. And then I lighten it down. I get my details in. And by detail, I mean what I did here. And that is just drawing all of her detail in very, very sketchy and loose, but it's there on top of that gesture. And then I just keep going and going and going. And I could stop at any point and it would just be a loose sketch, or I could go until, you know, Meredith falls asleep and never forgives me.
Storyboarding, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, storyboarding.
It's
right.
On the stream.
And so that's...
Oh, I muted myself. Sorry.
That is the process. That really is what it is. And learning how to draw gestures is what it is. There's really no secret behind that at all. I don't think anybody's hiding anything when it comes to that. It's a skill that maybe, you know, a traditional painter might not have as strong as somebody that draws comics from their head all the time has. But then they'll obviously have the ability to paint in a way that a comic artist is not going to have generally. So, you know, yeah, I wish I could say, you know, this is a secret, but really the secret really is just getting as much in there as you can quickly, and then stopping where you're comfortable. And I think the way that you're learning how to do it, you're drawing from video games, you're drawing, you know, I would suggest drawing from a lot of different things. Maybe, you know, a still frame in a movie or comics. Comics are such a great way to do it because everything's kind of realized by an artist. I recommend it more, truthfully.
For a minute, it sounded like your voice was like sped up. And for stuff frame in a movie, like, you know, like double tone.
Oh, because I'm talking so fast?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how you know, and I really hope that that is a good answer for you. I don't know. And I fear you're kind of looking for something that isn't what you're thinking, but at the same time, I don't know that that's necessarily true. I think maybe you're a little afraid that there's something to it that there isn't. You are going about it the right way, but it takes time.
All right. Perfect. Next super chat comes from Michael Johnson Curry for $4.99. Michael says, sorry I'm late. Have we all discussed with Meredith that Angela has a belt skirt and why that's the best thing ever. I love Angela's nonsense design.
Well, thank you very much, Michael. It's good to have you here. And yeah, I love Angela's design. It's just all kinds of crazy stuff. You know, she's like the female equivalent of pouches on a guy because she's got the belt with the skirt and all this, you know, and like tassels and
like random crap everywhere.
Yeah, if it was a male design, it would be pouches everywhere instead. Same deal.
Belts.
Different detail, same idea.
We have a super chat from Jerry for $5. Jerry Lang. Jerry says,
"Hey, Jerry's here.
Who a pickin' in? Who's a grinning? A hee-haw reference now that you're all country folks." We were country this weekend. Kids were out bombing around on the gator. Dogs were chasing the gator. Not alligator, like a little ATV.
Right.
And then Dave actually used the gator for the intended purpose of doing farm work, taking all the garbage to the curb last night.
Yeah,
and
which was great. Oh man, it was some heavy stuff, and it's a long trip down that driveway.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right.
Am I in the picture? Okay.
Dan Genovese has a super chat for $10. Dan says, "Hi, David and Meredith. I just want to say thank you. You've already done so much for us in this community. So if you want to do a zombie video, you do the zombie video."
Oh man, well, thank you. I really appreciate it, Dan. This is why you guys are the best. Don't you ever feel like I'm talking here and I like make assumptions of about what people are thinking, and then I never really know, and you know, so just thinking about that today.
You think that you're making assumptions about what I'm thinking?
No, I always know what you're thinking. You're thinking, will this guy ever shut up and just finish this picture so I can go to bed?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what I'm thinking. Sometimes I'm thinking, I've been in bed for a long time. 2 o'clock in the morning. Is Dave coming to bed?
So you got me this bracelet, which I love. And I've been wearing it for a few days, and I really, because it makes me look tougher.
Is that why you're wearing it?
Yeah. But it's actually kind of...
that scare music doesn't work. I need something else.
It's kind of driving me nuts trying to draw with it, though. So...
That's what happened. You had to take it off. I did the solid trombone. Maybe like 1 second too early.
Yeah, I've been drawing with it for a couple of days, and especially because I'm drawing fast right now, and it's like swinging around. It's really...
I can't type with my watch on, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm really like typing, I have to take my watch off. And sometimes my rings, depending on how how non-swollen my hands are. You know, when your hands are, like really cold and
you get kind of sausage fingers.
No, sausage fingers. I can type with sausage fingers. It's when your fingers are really thin, and then your ring doesn't slide, but mine will spin around.
Oh, okay.
And then because it's got like something on the top.
My ring doesn't slide because I weigh so much less than I did when we got married.
Now?
Hey. It's been an ongoing thing. How many times? What was that? Your laugh track?
That was rim shot.
Yeah. I started working out in the old house, and then of course, and I haven't been working out again. And oh man, what I worry about, my dad passed away of diabetes, and right now I'm still young enough, and I'm not so unhealthy, and I don't want to look back 10 years or 15 years from now and go, wow, if I would have just changed something then, I mean, now it's too late. I don't want to do it. So I need to get back on that.
Healthy.
That's right.
Walking the dogs for 20 minutes, not gonna do it. Black Tiger 001 has a super chat for $2. Okay, the butt kick needs to go on the sketch list. I'm telling you right now, if we finish that and auction it off, we would make a poop load of money.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'll have to donate it to charity. Some charity where Maris kicking Dave's butt.
That's about as far as that one's going to go.
I'm still going to frame it.
I should have known, asking you what to draw, I'd end up with something like that.
That's right. I mean, on another day, it might have been something different, but not today.
Yeah.
Feeling spicy. Tagmo Model Works has a super chat for $5. Tag says, go to Pinterest and type in Buscema sketch. draw gestures of any or all of his stuff. He was a master
Oh, unparalleled.
at accurate figure gesture drawing.
Actually, you know what? That reminds me. So I used to work for Ralph Macchio, and this is not the Karate Kid, a joke he's heard a million times. He's a longtime Marvel editor. He's retired now. He was at Marvel since the early 70s, when Stan Lee was still the editor-in-chief and still very active. And, Roy Thomas was there. Anyway, there for a very long time. And he was in the Marvel offices when Frank Miller and Walt Simonson were in the office, and they were challenging John Buscema to draw. Like, they were just coming up with crazy stuff for him to draw just to see if he could do it. And no matter what they came up with, he could just draw like this perfect, beautiful rendition of whatever. Like, nothing like that, like a John Buscema drawing. Incredible. And he could just do it on command, and they were amazed by it. And because they were young at the time, they were starting in their career a little bit more. So yeah, I thought that was a very cool story when I heard it. He told me that. 17 years ago now. That's already a long time ago.
17 years.
Time passes.
Time flies. Just making sure I didn't skip a super chat. All right. Next super chat comes from the Mad Hatton for $10.
The Mad Hatton.
Enrique has really good time gesture drawing channel I've been using. Between that and Dave Finch's tutorial videos, been making strides. Do you know Enrique did a couple covers for me for Rose?
Oh, and he's got a channel. He's doing.
Yeah.
I gotta check it out. That's awesome.
Enrique's great. So he's really good at time gesture drawing. Well, there you go. There's someone else for Ryan to check out.
Yeah, I really hope that my answer was helpful. I will say, I find with art, it is very, very possible and very easy to. And I don't want to say that you're overthinking, because I thought it was a very reasonable question. But it is easy to start overthinking a little bit and thinking that there's, I'll put it this way. There was an artist that I talked to. This wasn't a comic artist. It was more of a fine artist. And he was studying how to draw the face, like how to draw heads. And he was working out, he had page after page of this stuff, all mathematically measured from the eyes, the nose, everything. And all of these theories about, you ever see that swirl? It's like this perfect swirl you see everywhere. You know what I'm talking about? You probably have no idea.
Yeah, the crop circle swirl.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Anyway, he had that kind of going on, like this, like craziness. And he was really deep into this stuff. And I should have shut my mouth. Sometimes it's hard to. Anyway, I said, what happens if the head turns like this a little bit? And I mean, I should have just shut up. But this is what I'm talking about. It's so easy to get so in your own head with stuff that you really kind of lose sight of the bigger picture. Like that stuff. You don't want to overthink it too much.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Arthur Brown, the Uncanny Kodiak, has a super chat for $2. Arthur says, I got a handle on my diabetes with keto.
Keto.
Also BP, which I'm assuming is blood pressure.
My blood pressure has been high in the past, and when I'm overweight, which I'm not right now, obviously, but it can be. So, keto. What's keto?
Where's a cough when I need a cough?
Believe me, I can see. I'm looking at my reference right now. I'm going to go back to my. Yeah, there I am. I'm fatter than I was when I started the channel. I can see it on my face. Yeah, a little bit. It's not good. And when I started the channel, I was thinking, I need to look better on this. I need to lose a little bit of weight so I look, cooler. Looking worse.
You know what button I pushed?
No. What, the sad trombone?
The crickets.
Awesome.
I'm not going to disagree with you because I want you to live a long time and I want you to be healthy. So you have something on your shoulder. I don't want to freak you out, but there's a bug on your shoulder.
Oh, yeah. It's like a potato bug. Yeah.
Well, get it off. Kill it.
I'm not going to kill it.
We'll flick it on the floor and I'll kill it.
Where's it now?
It's on your shirt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, now it's on.
There you go. Oh, now it's flying around! Dave, I told you to kill it! Ah! Dave, bad!
There, he's fine. It's just gonna... He's not fine now. Okay. There we go.
Dang it. Sorry, I'm trying to witness that. I can't have bugs like flying around in my face. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm the only one who would have a problem with that, but as a general rule, not my thing.
So it's a new house, and the basement windows were not sealed for months while it was under construction. They had the heater on too. Anyway, yeah, we had mice, we have bugs, we have
Yeah, it's been fun.
yeah.
And I'm sorry, I love God's creatures, not in my house.
Yeah, you displayed a great deal of affection there.
Not my house.
I'm off the picture here.
Not my house. God made a lot of bugs. That's why I'm allowed to kill one. Gerald.
That's quite the philosophy. I can see you extending that one, you know.
I wouldn't be killing an elephant. But as a biologist, I know that that little potato bug is going to reproduce at an alarming rate.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, you know, can't argue.
I mean, just as easily be in a bird's stomach. Gerald Lang has a super chat for $2. Gerald says, Stan bought Buscema. Brought Buscema from the illustration field. That's why his
oh, there you go. Yeah.
Jerry did.
Yeah, well, you know, at the time, the best artists really were in illustration. There was a period in comics where, because illustration was such a big field in New York, and you could make a lot of money. The top illustrators were very wealthy for a long time, especially before color photography. You know, they were very wealthy. And I need a ruler. And if you couldn't make it, if you couldn't hack it in illustration, my camera is all over the place. You would go into comics. You know, it was like and it was a bit of an artistic ghetto, and you got no respect. And you know, artistic ghetto. There were phenomenal artists that were doing it, and I think a lot of artists that just. And I know for me, I would not be an artist if it weren't for comics. So I hope that doesn't sound disrespectful to people that were in comics at the time. Yeah. Artists that came from illustration, some of them were incredible. And another really great artist, you know, a legendary artist that came from illustration is Neil Adams.
All right, Dave.
Yeah. Oh, is it book of the week? Is that what you're doing? Yep, it is. All right.
I just never want the music to end. Because I can sing it and it's not copyrighted.
All right. So this is one of my favorite comics from quite a while ago. This is it's Jason Pearson's Body Bags. I'm sure some of you might be familiar, but Jason Pearson is outrageous. By the way, this cover is a Michael Golden cover. Very, very cool. He was such a huge Michael Golden fan that on his own book that he wrote and drew, he got Michael Golden covers. And he is such an outrageously great artist. This is, I have to think, this is probably 26 years old. It's older now, but I really flipped at any page in this book. And his cartooning and caricature is incredible. His use of shadowing and blacks, like all of the skills that you need are just amazing. I love how he's got a bit of a smoke effect here that he just did with some rendering. I've got some pages in here that I really, really love. Like that arm is just bananas. It looks incredible. There are some great shots of cars in here. And now that you know what, this is why I really should bookmark. But yeah, and this was a huge influence on all of the image artists when I was there early on. A lot of us at Top Cow, a lot of guys at Wildstorm. Jason Pearson in this period of his career was a highly influential artist. You can see, I mean, just how crisp and clean and clear all of these folds are. It's something that I can't achieve in my own work. That kind of clarity. I'm always a little bit more jumbled. And you kind of have to know your strengths as an artist, I guess. Like if I could do this, I would do it. Like that is such a great expression. It's really amazing.
Johnny says the soundboard's not coming through the stream.
Oh no, has it not been the whole night?
Apparently not.
That's
I'm the only
awesome.
one enjoying the sound effects.
You know what? Let me just check quickly and make sure.
Everybody's saying it now.
Okay, try it now. Did it work? All Gold Production says he owns a page of Pearson art.
I don't
Very
know.
cool.
I don't
And
know
yeah,
if
Dan
somebody
Janvesi says, now that you mentioned it, I haven't heard any sound effects. You know what's happened?
What?
All of my sound has been coming through this tiny little microphone and the stupid thing here. This is not the first time it's happened. I just switched it. And so now, oh, okay.
Now it works.
It worked. Good. Great.
Oh, I've been enjoying this. You guys, I've been enjoying the sound effects for the last hour. Sorry if you haven't.
I've been recording, and so I had things set up differently, and yeah, my fault.
You just don't like that I have the sound effects.
Right. It was all plot.
So this is your
Another thing about this book, that look at that, just the feet hitting the ground there just has so much impact. His storytelling when it comes to just quiet scenes is incredible, but his storytelling when it comes to action scenes is absolutely amazing. I love this shot where she's flying all the way off the panel and you see all of the desk and everything kind of flying behind her. It's such a great choice artistically. This guy looks amazing. And there is especially one panel that it's my favorite. This one right here. I love this panel. Absolutely amazing. And it's really different. I don't think I've seen somebody pick really an angle quite exactly like that, but he has this character coming toward this character, and all of the lines in the background accentuate that effect. The knife that he's carrying, his arm, everything pushes out that way. All of his balance is rested on this foot right here. And obviously everybody's looking at it. Anyway, it's just such a beautifully designed shot. It's absolutely incredible book. That is such a great figure too. Yeah. You know, it's rare that a book will come out that is as good as this. So really, really recommend it. Body Bags by Jason Pearson. I love that this whole time you've been doing sound effects and it's just not going to work.
I make my own sound effects too, so people got the homemade sound effect version.
And nobody cares because nobody said anything. They're like, oh, good. I'm not taking it.
I could let that go on all night.
That actually is why you were so quiet. You were getting complaints that you were kind of quiet.
Rike123 said, sabotage. There's one word for it, sabotage.
Sabotage, yeah.
Sabotage.
But can you blame me? That's the question.
Yeah, I can actually.
Really blame?
I blame you for everything.
I'm not asking you.
You're the sole person I blame for anything in my life.
I'm asking everybody that's
I
watching
stubbed my
sees me have
toe.
to deal with you.
You're 3 floors away. I still blame you. There you go.
You know, that's not as untrue as some of you might think.
I'm having a bad day. It's Dave's fault.
Yeah.
Siddhartha Mohanty says, Meredith Finch, I didn't even realize you weren't using any sound effects. Or that you were using any sound effects.
Yeah.
I just make my own sound effects.
Yeah, you're saying you're using crickets and yeah. Well,
Yeah.
There you go.
Cheepy, cheep. Now I have to make my own sound effects. Cheepy cheep. Cheepy cheepy.
Yeah, it is cheap. Wow.
Cheap.
What was that?
The scissors that Isaac brought down.
Okay.
So are you gonna open that package?
Oh yeah, the scissors. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let me just. I'm almost done with the sketch in for this, so okay, let's do it.
You guys gotta tell me earlier if there's
What
no
happened to the
sound
scissors?
effects.
All right.
They're behind you right there.
Okay. What happened to the box?
It's right there.
Oh, here we go. All right. Let's open this thing. Scissors are not ideal, truthfully.
Why do you make everything so difficult? I feel like it's intentional.
Do you want to get up and do this?
No, because then I have to be on camera. I mean, I did do my hair today, so I would look okay. I actually washed my hair. I couldn't remember when I'd last washed my hair.
I don't know how. Oh, this is really packaged too. Look at this.
Well, save all that packaging.
Yeah. I don't want it.
So while you're opening that, Black Tiger 001 wants to know movie scene. All right, never mind. I'll ask it in a minute.
Okay.
Are you doing that whole thing? You're finishing that whole thing,
Finishing
right?
all of the rest of it. That is a Todd McFarlane Spider-Man, Todd McFarlane Spawn, George Perez. You know who I mean? Again, with my memory. That is Alex Ross. More George Perez. Here, I'm gonna have to move here. Let's see if I can adjust the camera as much. So that's I'll just have to lift it. Jim Lee and J. Scott Campbell, Eric Larson. There's more Jeff Campbell. There's actually that's Travis Trust. There in the corner cut off. This is actually much bigger than what I have here. I should pull it out. I don't want to. Yeah, it is an enormous picture.
I was just checking to make sure you have a lid on both those Cokes right now.
Yeah. So there's more J. Scott Campbell here. Some more here. Well, you can't even see it because the camera's way up there. There you go. And then on the other side, I really want to see the Travis picture. And you can really see the era that, I mean, look at this Travis art. I mean, look at that with my shadow arm covering it. That is absolutely ridiculous. You can see the era that this is too. This is, I think this picture has got to be more than 20 years old for sure. I can't remember exactly the date that all of these were done, or most of these were done, but it is old. And so I'm going to draw all of the rest of these figures, which is going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to do it so you guys can watch. Well, I'm going to, most of it I'm going to have to draw on my own, but excuse me. So yeah, now let me put it somewhere safe.
Like back in the box. Back in the plastic, back in the box.
Yes.
So
Here, I'm going to have to do that.
while you're doing that, Tegmo Model Works was laughing at me.
Why?
For a $5 super chat. Girls screaming at bugs. Funny never gets old.
Never gets old.
No, I'm not going to apologize for screaming at my bugs.
I get my camera back around here.
Next super chat. You didn't even put it away. I'll put it away.
Okay.
Black Tiger 001, back to his super chat. Okay, movie scene. What story would you want to see drawn out? Kind of like the opposite of the MCU, I guess. Oh, and it's the Fibonacci Spiral.
Oh, yeah. See, there you go.
So what story would you want to see drawn out?
Which story of what?
What scene in a movie would you want to see drawn out?
From like a comic movie?
Any movie.
Oh, any movie? Legend with Tom Cruise. Remember that movie? The guy had the big horns and everything. That'd be a cool comic.
No, I don't know what movie you're talking about.
Krull. Remember that movie?
Nope.
That'd be cool. Oh, you know what? I think it would be a great movie. Is Death Wraith 2000 whatever 2010. I don't know. There was a newer one that came out that is my favorite of those movies. They came out with a bunch after that, and the quality varies, but awesome movies. That'd be fun. So there you go. Okay, I'm ready to start racing. If I don't get this picture done, I'll start getting in trouble here.
All right. So apparently sound effects are too loud, so I've turned them down. Hopefully that helps.
I think you cranked it up because
I cranked it because it wasn't working earlier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute my yawn. There we go. All right. I can hear dogs crying upstairs. He'll survive. Kevin Mandeville has a super chat for $9.99. was codenamed Strikeforce David's first credited interior in comics? What was his first cover? Without bringing up any sore subject, is there a particular cover Dave wishes he could redo? A lot of questions.
Okay.
It's your first one.
My first credit was Cyberforce issue 6. I did 2 pages of backgrounds. That was the first credit I ever had, just as a background artist. Strikeforce was very shortly after that. But before that came out, at the time, Top Cat was publishing a lot of pinup books because there were a lot of us that were starting at the same time, and it was a way to get us published, give us work, but not give us, actual comics where we could do too much damage. So I did a couple of pinups for a Cyberforce source book.
So is that a cover?
No, just pinups.
Okay.
And then, I think my first comic that had anything that wasn't just a background was Strikeforce.
Okay, hold on for a minute. Are you just now starting to ink this?
Yeah,
You've been drawing this for an hour and 15 minutes. That never happens.
Meredith, it's I told you it's a very detailed character. It's a Todd McFarlane character. But now that everything's in, this will go fast. It's a female character. I don't tend to have to do as much anatomical. Okay. Trust me.
All right. If the dog keeps pacing, I might have to go let him out. All right. So your first cover.
First cover. My first cover was Ripclaw 1/2. Which,
I remember that one.
Yeah, it came out. It was a Wizard 1/2. That was something that, before they decided to come up with a million different covers for each issue, which, that's what they do now. In order to have more than one issue 1 to sell, they started doing 0 issues and 1/2 issues. And so it was a half-sized issue. It wasn't sold through comics shops. You could get it through Wizard. I can't remember exactly how. I will say this. I went to some conventions and they were giving it away free. Like if you bought this from someone else who would just give you one of my comic. That's how much people loved it. And my first cover that I ever did that came out in stores was the Cyberforce Annual #1.
And is there anyone that you wish that you could redraw?
I think the cover that stands out to mind for me would be Justice League of America. I think it's issue 3, 5, whatever. Anyway, it's a bunch of hands kind of on a casket. It was just a really inert cover, poorly drawn by me. And it was one of those things where it had to get done. I thought, it'll be fine. And every time I sign one, because, that book did pretty well, I see it fairly often, and it breaks my heart to see that cover. And I only ever see the cover because that's what you see at conventions.
All right. Pendersky, welcome to the Finch Vlog.
Thank you very much,
I hope
Pendersky.
I pronounced that right.
Now you have me pronouncing it wrong if you're not.
No, that's now we're both wrong. All right. Every night, children check under their beds for her. Children in their beds lie in fear of the dark, praying they don't see her evil red eyes. The legend of Mary Death, a writer who died of sleep loss, having to wait up all night for her husband to finish drawing. Never getting to rest, she did not pass on to the afterlife. A tormented soul she lives to torment. It is the only thing that brings her a twisted sense of joy, killing those who tried to get what she never had.
Wow.
Sleep.
Pretty impressive. Sorry, I interrupted the end even.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Erica Scott.
That was Erica Scott?
That was Erica. Check out her book, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen. Erica Scott. Next, Marvel and DC. Erica is available. It's pretty good.
Yeah, she's a natural. That was great.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Living to Torment. I'm like, holy crap, she knows you.
Mary Death. What happens when you kill a potato bug on the stream?
Yeah.
Arthur Brown, the Uncanny Kodiak, has a super chat for $5. Any super secret tip to designing a cover, especially on a crowdfunded book? Make it awesome.
Okay. And thank you very much. There are a few different ways that you can design a cover. #1 is kind of the classic Marvel DC, approach, and that is to pick a scene in the book and then like something that has a lot of drama or visual impact ideally, and then you just showcase that as a cover and you can put the little caption in there that says like wham bow, or like whatever happens to be. That's a popular way to go. The way that tends to generate the most sales, and it can be upsetting, I know, for people, because it gets a little repetitious, but if you have a very cool looking character and you can make them look really cool and really showcase them, that is a really great way to go. So draw, like Frank Miller is so great at that. You just draw like this kind of medium close up at an odd angle, a lot of shadow, some rain. Those covers always really work. I think Jim Lee's an absolute genius at designing covers that are just incredibly appealing, like pinup kind of shots of characters, but they also work for the story. And he was so good. I said was, as if he is so good at drawing covers that are story covers and aren't just standing pinup shots. And he's done those too, but have that effect. So Frank Rosetta is a great artist to look at. But yeah, I'd say, if you're a crowdfunded project, whatever it happens to be, you want to get people as excited as possible. And what people get excited about, they're not going to be excited about a story-driven cover for something that's new, because they don't know the story. So it's not exciting. Like if you say, oh, this character might die, they're like, well, I don't even know that character. So you really want to just make your character look as cool as possible. That's what I think.
Guess who's downstairs?
Aren't we all excited?
We are. Patches. I missed some super chats, so I'm going to go back and read them. One Mighty R had a super chat for $2 saying, "This is for a slice of pizza." Mighty, thank you for the pizza.
Thank you.
Isaac loves, thank you most of all, because Isaac loves his pizza. Greg Aesthetic Art had a super chat for $2. Greg said, "Hey, DNM, out with a friend, wanted to check in." And Ryan Schultz super chatted for $5 saying, "Thanks for the answer. I sent you the email with the Word doc. Happy drawing and thanks for the help."
Well, thank you. And yeah, great to have you all here, and good to see Greg L checking in. He's out there.
Hopefully he's having
living
fun.
his life and having fun, but he still came by, which I really appreciate.
Daniel Castelli, super chat for $1.99. The Fibonacci Spiral, Daniel says. Which would you're talking about the spiral?
Yes.
I'm always
thank you.
I'm always behind.
Yeah.
There's a few people asking if you're reading your live chat. That's what I'm here for.
Yes.
I read the live chat. So if you want to have a question for David, ask your question and we will try to get to it.
Yeah, and look, I as much
do our best.
I really would love to be able to see all the chat as it goes by, but I couldn't draw and do that at the same time. And I had to make a decision about, like what kind of channel do I want, it could just be like, I could just be talking, but you have to be, I think, pretty interesting, to make that kind of thing work. That ain't me. So I'm drawn, but it means that I can't see the chat.
You watch it later sometimes.
I watch late, yeah.
Sometimes, all the time.
Sometimes. Early on, I was watching all of them just because I wanted to see how it's going. I don't do quite as much.
My cat's
a big problem that I've had is that I had more time when this channel was starting, which is why I started too. I took on an ongoing cover assignment that is really a commitment.
All right. Next super chat comes from Brad Scott Art for $20. Brad says, "Thanks. That's all. Miss Meredith rules."
Thank you very much, Brad. It's very generous of you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brad. Somebody likes me. Somebody somewhere.
At least one person.
At least
anyway.
one person does. Corey has a super chat for €5. Yeah, €5. "Could you give me some advice on drawing detail? I'm trying to advance from figure drawing, but it's not working. It's not working out. Sorry, because what should I do to improve that area?"
Well, detail covers so much ground that it's a little difficult for me to just say, oh, well, this. I will say, though, that there are a few phases. There's your foundational drawing, and that is just, your sketch phase, getting used to breaking down your figure into simple shapes. And then from there, it's understanding how to draw anatomy in a relatively simplified way, but you want it to look as realistic as possible. And the way to do that is not to look at anatomy books. You want to learn anatomy from anatomy books so you know where things go, but you want to learn from other artists or from life. I would say other artists and from life is ideal, and that's how you get, you know, what would it be like verisimilitude? I should not try and use big words. Basically, you want to make it look believable. That's what I mean. And the way to make it look believable, you can't do that out of your own head. It's not ever going to be possible. You need to pick up things from other artists that do it really, really well. Pick up, you know, if somebody has a great way that they draw knuckles and make that work, well, try it and see if you can make it yours. You know, there's so much knowledge and innovation over the years of illustration that I think it's very foolish to just say, "Oh, I'm only learning from life and I don't learn from other artists." I think that's a real mistake, and I also think that it's an absolute 100% complete and total lie if anybody ever says it and they're working professionally. And I see that from time to time, and it makes me roll my eyes when people just lie about the way that they've learned how to draw. Like, why?
All right. Next super chat comes from Anthony G for $9.99. Anthony says, "Hey, Finches, it's been a bit since I last paid tribute, so just saying hi."
Oh, thank you, Anthony.
Also, Dave, I saw yesterday that you're doing a Predator variant. Not sure if you mentioned it before, but I'm super excited. Is that the one you did like ages and ages ago?
Yeah, I did that last year. Oh, well, I did that the end of 2019. There was I did a
No, you did that in 2020.
Was it 2020?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
well,
did it early 2020.
There was a okay, so I did a Predator cover and a Alien cover, both around the same time. And Marvel was kind of negotiating with, I think, is it Universal? Whoever it is, I don't know. So I don't want to just, but anyway, and everything was fine, but they had a few things that they needed to kind of work out. And so the covers got delayed. So they were finished for a while and they just didn't get released. And so the Predator one, I don't know if it's actually released, but I know it's been seen, like they were shown quite a while ago. So maybe they're just getting released now. But yeah, I did images. Basically, they were like promo images to announce that those characters were coming to Marvel, which was nice to, you know, it's always nice to get the jobs where I'm, you know, something cool like that.
All right. It's that time of the night.
Uh-oh.
Where I say, if you have not already, hit the like button and subscribe. 126,000 subscribers can't be wrong. So if you are not already subscribed to Dave's channel, then you must join the flock. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight.
It's very dramatic.
I'm like, really, I think because I've been like, I'm a little manic. I feel manic. Do I seem manic? I recognize the manic in me.
Yeah. Well, I know for me, I'm like, I spent a little too long on the sketch of this. So now with my brush, and my brush is coming off too thick, but I don't have time to kind of regroup. So I'm cracking it in. It's getting really loose and I'm going to have to try and recover it.
I spent 90% of my day in a 12 by 12 room. That might be why I'm manic.
What 12 by 12 room is this?
Our closet. Is it 12 by 12?
I see. Oh, well, whatever it is. Yeah,
just
finishing the closet.
Just,
yeah.
Like surrounded by chaos.
Yeah.
It makes a person a little manic. There's a super chat from Dash Bannon for $2, but unfortunately, I don't know what Dash said. It got retracted.
But
well, thanks for the super chat, Dash. That sucks when that happens.
Yeah.
Everybody loves me. Navy Shark says it, so it must be true. Meredith, we all love you.
I read the comments after the stream. You never do, so I could definitely say not everybody. You know, I get a lot of complaints afterward.
Oh yeah, once the stream shuts down, because like, people know that Meredith. They know that I'm done, and they just complain to you.
Yeah,
fair enough. Other Minds is back tonight with a super chat for 1993. Other Minds says,
"Thank you very much."
Howdy, Dave and Meredith. I've spent more money on collectible 1/6 figures than I care to publicly admit. Do you have any collectibles that you are particularly proud of? I might have a collection of saddle pads at this point. I have like a purple one with a purple ear bonnet and matching purple boots. And I have 2 different pink ones with matching pink boots. These are for my horses. I have a mint green one. That's my collection. You probably don't even know all the colors I have.
Yeah.
What's your secret collection, Dave?
Well, I've got my statues. You can see some of them back there. Actually, you can't really see much. I've got my falcon. I've had that now for how long have I had that? Probably 18 years or something. Remember, Farhack gave me that.
No, well, it hasn't been 18 years then because we haven't been together for 18
Okay,
years.
so maybe 15. I don't know. Anyway, a long time. And the kids were really young when I got it, and so it has tape on it, which I don't know if you can kind of see that, but yeah.
Has
wing
tape
is
on it.
wing is taped
because-
on. I thought, okay, I'll fix that later on, and yeah, so for years and years, it's been on my shelf with tape on the wing, which, what do you do? But yeah, I
Love
love
story.
that one. I've got a couple Wonder Woman ones. I've got, I did a Batman the Dark Knight, and so they did a black and white, and I've got that behind me. Everything's so out of focus, you can't see it, but it's up there. Yeah, I've
My
got.
favorite is the magic one.
Oh yeah, the magic, which yeah, you can kind of see on the shelf there beside the light, out of focus. It's up there. That was from a cover that I did 12 years ago, 13, who knows. Anyway, so I've got a bunch. I've got my Batman Sanity statue, which unfortunately is too big for me to put up behind
You don't have
me.
any more. It's in Everett's room.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, my kid took it.
All right. SCS Powerlifting is in the house with a super chat for $5. SCS says, still working on my drawing with that upward pose in the middle of moving, so we'll send it soon. Angela's looking awesome. Oh, everybody's
thank you.
moving. I feel for anybody moving right now.
Just because we did it and it sucks.
We were still talking about it tonight. We were
Yeah.
talking about like just how truly awful it was.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
we're
really
happy
was.
here, but how truly awful.
Well, we knew this going in. We knew it was going to be a nightmare.
We did, and it was.
And you finish it and it's done. We'll never do it again, hopefully.
No, well, you can move me again into a home or a box. Like that goes in the ground.
I get it. Yeah. That's perfect. That's great. Thanks.
With you, apparently.
There you go.
Kicking and screaming. I don't want to go. Nick from Detroit says, I just bought a bunch of Frank Frazetta books, spent too much. Also, 3 J. Allen St. John books.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, Frank Frazetta stuff, you can't go wrong. It's so worth it. It's incredible stuff. And, you can find much of his stuff online just doing a Google search, but there's so much of it that you can't. Any artist that you really like, yeah, you can find a lot of their stuff, but you find so many of the more popular images or stuff that people are promoting for whatever reason, it's easier to find that stuff. So, I think Frazetta is worth having every single picture he's ever done.
Art9 wants to know if Art9 says, Meredith Finch, I'd like to ask you, did you help him move things up and put them in the basement, or did he do it all by himself? I have to say, Dave, you did it all by yourself, and you did a good job.
Well, thank you.
Like, who knew you had such a sense of design, an eye for design?
I put a shelf behind me and put stuff on it.
I know, but you did it in like a way that is visually pleasing.
Well, thanks, Meredith. I appreciate it.
So, I mean, I don't know that I could have done it that well.
Oh, I'm sure you could.
I don't know. You did a really good job.
Well, really, thank you.
I mean, I don't know if it comes to like whatever box you unpacked first. That's the stuff you played with, but sometimes it's helpful to be limited. Too much stuff makes it worse.
Yeah, I was kind of unpacking as I was going, so it is largely
which came across.
Yeah.
But yeah, you did a good job.
Wow, thank you.
Very good.
It's not going to be there for too long. I'm going to get a proper wall behind me, and I don't know, like something a little bit nicer. But for now, at least it's not a blank basement wall that you can't even see because it's too dark.
Where Dave's a floating head. Floating head. That's the Floating head music.
Does it look nicer in person, or does it look nicer on the?
Um,
I think it looks nicer on the camera because in person, it's just
let me
really it's just this. What you see on the camera is really the whole thing.
Yep.
Never created a set before. There you go.
Well, you did a good job. If you get fired from your job as a comic book artist, you can become a set
Designer,
not designer,
dresser.
dresser. Yeah. You can dress the sets. I don't know if I get you a job in Windsor. You might have to move and
Might have to
mail
move
your
that
checks home.
Be a fun job.
It would be a fun job. All right. We only have 472 likes tonight. Let's see if we can get, like, this is a slow night for us. People aren't liking me. Manic Meredith. Manic Meredith Monday. I'm not going to get sued for that. That's no copyright strike. I was just using alliteration. Had
Right.
nothing to do with the Bengals.
And you said it. I'm pretty sure you can, say things.
That's right.
Pretty sure you're good on that one.
Artsy Designs wants to know if he can get dibs on this Angela sketch. No. Anybody on the stream except Artsy has the first right to this sketch. Everybody but Artsy can have this sketch. Of course, you can have the first right to the first dibs. Just send us an email. Send us an email. All right. We have a couple super chats from Navy Sharks for $30. Navy Sharks just says, I just want to show my support for this awesome artist. Long live the Finch Flock!
Thank you very, very much.
I'm pretty sure that's how you want me to read it.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I really appreciate the support.
And Arthur Brown, the Uncanny Kodiak, in with another super chat for $2 tonight. The floating head music is from Phantom of the Opera. Well, apparently it's copyright free.
The floating head music.
This one, the scare music.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. It came with it's a Roadcaster.
Yeah.
For podcasts, and it's just pre-canned in the thing when you buy it. So
still haven't let me know how to get different music. I still need the shotgun.
You guys know what happens, right? The stream ends. We go upstairs. She goes to bed, and then she does not think about it again for a week until the next stream.
Until
and
I
then
sit down on this couch,
and then I get blamed.
That's right.
For not. Yeah.
I just show up. I should have. It should all be ready for me because you have nothing else to do.
That's right.
You're definitely not pulled in 500 different directions. Oh, don't worry about the dislike on the stream. I accidentally did that myself. No, I'm kidding. I did not dislike our stream. It's always got to be one hater. In Dave's life, that's me.
That's right. There you go.
In my life, it's the kids. Isaac tonight. What's for dinner? What do we have? We had French fries and meatballs and salad. And when I went to tell him dinner was ready, you know what he said? He turned to me, sneered his lip, and said, I'm not hungry. And then when he finally deigned to come out of his room and eat the meal that I'd cooked, do you know what he then said to me?
What?
Do we have any more meatballs?
Yeah.
Like, you little bugger. Ah, children. Can't live with them, can't give them away. I can't see. The light is blinding me tonight for some reason. Like your bright lights are giving me sunspots.
Tell you.
Drumaire J wants to know, Dave, do you have the Hellboy library editions? Are they worth it? Thinking about selling my house to get them.
I have a huge Hellboy book of covers. So I've got that. I don't know that I have the library editions. To be honest, my Seed of Destruction is falling apart. I'm actually missing pages by now. So I need to get another one of those. You know the library edition I really would like to get, actually? Apparently Jim Lee, his X-Men stuff, there is a version you can get from, I want to say IDW, I might be wrong. Anyway, it's all of the artwork, full size, you know, looks like the original art. Really amazing with Scott Williams inks. So yeah, I'd really like to get that. That would be awesome.
Cat is just sitting here licking my hair. First, she was rubbing my computer, trying to rub it off my lap. Now she's behind me, haunting me.
Kevin Mandel says this: the sheer radiance of David Finch blinding you, Meredith.
It's your sunburnt head.
Oh,
we're out sitting on the back porch.
Yeah, I got a little bit of sun yesterday.
You did.
It was great.
You don't really know like how intense the sun is because it was afternoon, but
yeah. Oh no, I'll take it. I don't mind getting a little bit of a burn.
Okay, so you don't want to dive diabetes, you want to dive skin cancer.
Right.
Yeah. It's up to. Come on. You're killing me here. I can't. I try to take care of him, people. You hear it.
White Young says it's a Jim Lee IDW Artist Edition. Got it for his birthday. It's a great trip down memory lane. Yeah. Yeah.
How do you see that? Oh, Wyatt Young. Oh, Wyatt Young. I thought you said.
Yeah. You're kind of flagging, so I'm starting to read the chat.
Well, it's getting on 10 o'clock here.
Okay, well, it's 9:41.
I was up at. I'm reading the chat. I'm looking through I'm trying to, like, as we get farther in the chat. Are you getting mad at me? I can leave now.
Oh, here we go.
I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted by the cat licking my hair.
Yeah, this is when I start having to find chat to read.
That's right. JJW says we all need David Finch edition. Ross Klein says we all dying of something.
We are.
John C says, show that damn irradiated cat. She's leaving. She's like, peace out, people. Henry wants to know if you're considering adding her mask.
Oh, yeah. Shoot. Thank you, Henry. Man, I forget something every time. Henry's always the one that catches it. Yeah, it'll be in there. Thank you. I haven't been looking at the reference for a bit, and that's when things start getting lost. Right now, I'm just madly trying to slap as much of this in as I can before Meredith falls apart. Already, I don't know if you guys notice, it's happening.
I'm falling apart.
Yeah.
I was up at 2:30 this morning.
Why?
So,
yeah, you were. That's true.
Yeah, you came to bed and woke me up.
You know what? The cat woke you up.
The cat did wake me up.
I tipped up there. Wrong. I don't turn lights on. The freaking cat. The problem is the cat's so thrilled that you came to bed. She starts like, oh, yeah.
Just freaking out, waking me up. Yes, you. We're talking about you.
Oh, man.
That wakes me up. You wonder why I'm up at 2:30. I'm up listening to that. Is she hunting mice?
Maybe.
I don't think we have any anymore. I think
Nick from Detroit wants to know if you had your tea.
I did not have tea tonight because I left my teacup, my travel mug that I spilled last week in the car. I brought water down. I did have tea outside with the dogs beforehand.
You should have had some tea. There you go.
But then I won't sleep.
Yeah, no, that's true. You got to sleep.
It was a ghost, says Charles Petrie. Why you got a ghost?
And I'm off the picture.
Can't be a ghost in a new house. I mean, I guess there could be, but the house is in the middle of a soybean field, and we didn't even build it where the old house was.
That's true. So it might not be a ghost.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Travis Ripley wants to know, how did you decide the composition on this piece? Did you use triangles like Fraser when it comes to fantasy?
Truthfully, I didn't really think too much in terms of a composition. And if you notice, she's got her figure. It's almost more rectangular. Like she's fairly up and down. I could have went more triangular with her, bringing her arms out and maybe accentuated it with this post. but in a way, yeah, it's her arms are coming out this way. I've got the post, or I'm saying post, her staff is coming out this way. It's a very simple composition, and in terms of shape language, it's not super strong.
Dave, I'm a little worried that table you have the scanner.
Is gonna, yeah, I know, I need to change it.
It's not.
You don't have to tell me.
Why did you do that?
I'm trying to find something that works.
That's not a good.
Okay, let's not negotiate that now. But yes, I do need to change that.
That's bad. That's an expensive scanner to
Yes,
be
I know. Okay, thank you.
Curiously
Stop it.
on that table that looks ready to collapse.
Yeah, I know.
So, Kevin Mandeville says, was the house built on an ancient Indian burial ground? No.
Sure hope not.
You know what? Lance is coming out this week. When he comes on Wednesday or when next time they come out, he can bring his stuff. He can bless the house, and then we'll all know the cat's not meowing at ghosts.
There you go. All right.
Have the house blessed. All right, Jay Doyle, did you ever meet John Byrne, and were you a fan of his work?
Yes and yes. I'm a massive fan of his work. Actually, John Byrne was the artist that finally made me a comic book fan. I had seen comics here and there, especially I remember somebody I knew had some DC comics, and they would have like this really cool cover, you know, and then I would open up the book and I just wouldn't be into it. And my sister read comics, and I borrowed her X-Men. I had no idea what it was, and it was John Byrne art, and yeah, that really made me an X-Men fan and a John Byrne fan. And I have met him. I met him in Toronto 2 years ago, and he was incredibly nice. He actually signed a copy of Next Men for me, which was very, very cool. So I've still got it. Yeah, yeah, it was great. He's a legend, you know, irreplaceable.
All right. Thanks. Charles Petrie says, thanks to your sister, in part at least.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, borrowing her comics was not easy. She absolutely would not let me borrow her comics. So I had to steal them and try not to get caught. And, you know, so I got her, the X-Men it was all one book. That was easy to steal. But then she had the Mark Silvestri, Chris Claremont run. That was kind of the era that she was buying. And it was old, actually. She had been buying comics for quite a while. And I started borrowing that, and yeah, she would catch me, freak out, and it'd be like a big fight. Yeah, I used to borrow all her Elf Quest too. I don't know if any of you guys know Elf Quest, but and it's, you know, it's elves, it's Wendy Pini, and I'm gonna say it's a fairly feminine book, you know, but it is phenomenal. I love that book. I was such a huge fan. So, you know, and I actually got to meet Wendy Pini probably 5 years ago now. She was very, very nice. And she did it with Richard Pini, her husband. They were co-writing, and she was the artist.
Cool. Remember when we talked about doing something like that?
Yep.
It's fun time.
All right. Doing my best here.
You have no time. I don't have time either. I'm just like
complaining.
I'm just kicking you in the butt. That's the night. Meredith kicks Dave.
So I look over, and there's Meredith flipping through her Facebook. That's what she's doing right now, by the way.
Flipping through my Facebook.
Flipping through something.
You're talking.
See?
I'm on the super chats.
And
like this one from Greg Alstatic Art for $2.
And then Greg looks up to complain.
I see there's more of a background now, says Greg.
Yeah, we're getting there.
See, I'm not the only one complaining.
Every week it'll be a little bit, well, maybe not every week, but pretty soon. And this is, I need to put in a wall. And I'm looking forward to it. Well, actually a couple walls and some drywall. But it's, you know, when is like the 3 days or whatever that'll take me, even without painting, that I'm going to find to do that. I just don't know, but it's got to happen fairly soon.
Just call my dad.
Yeah. Meredith's dad he's great with construction. He's going to help, but I don't want him coming over. Here I am sitting working while he's, you know, doing all the construction down here. Like, I'm not doing that. That's why I didn't do it with the insulation either. I can't just sit here while he does it.
Spooky's Hideout says Meredith Finch LOL, the moment the Phantom of the Opera music was played, broke my internet. I had to restart the router to fix it. Uh-oh. Spooky music tonight.
Okay, I need to look at some reference. Where's my mouse?
David Finch. Lai wants to know, is SketchUp worth it for hard scenes like United Nations Room, or should I learn it the hard way?
Okay, well, if you can't draw it without using SketchUp. Oh, you know what? Oh, I take it back. Oh, yeah. If you have to draw a round room, use SketchUp. Don't drive yourself nuts. There is no easy way to draw big round rooms traditionally. You can do it. And, I'm sure there are ways, but wow, is it ever not worth it? So, yes, I highly recommend that you use SketchUp for that kind of thing. What I don't use SketchUp or really any program for is any kind of detail. So, like, if I need to draw a large round room, what I'll do is I'll just go into SketchUp and I'll just make a cylinder, make it big, make sure that it has divisions on it that I can see, and then I just use that as my guide so I don't get lost in the cylinder. And then the detail I just draw on there. I've tried actually to be more detailed with 3D models, and I just find I don't have the patience to trace it, and it never works how I want it to. So, but yeah, oh yeah, I don't consider SketchUp to be a cheat for some things for sure.
All right. Other Minds has another question for $10. Other Mind says, like you, David, I have a glorious bald head. I went to Mexico for spring break, and under the influence of bad friends, obviously, I forgot to apply sunscreen.
Yep.
Well, after an emergency room visit,
Oh,
let's just say my vacation ended.
oh yeah, you had one of those when you were young.
I did.
Not on your head, but
on my face.
There you go. Yeah, that's not fun.
On my face.
Oh, and
I put sunscreen on. I just missed my chin.
Yeah.
I forgot to get my chin, and I forgot to get like tiny little parts of myself.
And you were in Florida, right?
And I was in Daytona Beach in February.
And see, this is the problem. You go to these places where the sun is stronger, you don't realize.
Yeah.
And
I had a few blisters. It's not pretty.
I love the sun. I love
blisters and crusty.
But, I do find in the summer, like we went to Mexico now. It's been a bit because we haven't been able to leave. But I would spend like an hour in the sun. I didn't put any sunscreen on or anything. I'm fine.
No, you can't do an hour in Mexico. We did not let that happen when we went to Mexico last time. No. We put sunscreen on the entire time we were there.
You did. I didn't always. Okay. I'm almost impervious to the sun after I've been in it for a while.
Okay, there's no sound effect. Okay, wait a second. Here it is. That's the best I can do. Laughter sound effect. Impervious to the sun. You're whiter than I am.
I know, but
George Arnold. That's it's your imperviousness to the sun is because you don't have enough melatonin buildup in your skin to protect you from the sun.
I'm getting darker every year.
Yeah, because you're getting out in the sun,
getting out in the sun more.
Building up melatonin.
It's so terrible. I'm such a comic book artist stereotype. White as a ghost because I'm in the basement drawing all the time.
True facts. That's all right. I have a riding tan. George Arnold. I've got like the farmer tan, right?
Yeah.
George Arnold has a super chat for $9.99.
Well, thank you, George.
George says, looking forward to doing the caricature course on your site.
Oh, really? I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I hope you really enjoy it and it works for you and you get something from it.
George was wondering if there'll be more process interviews. He really enjoyed those.
There will be. We've actually, you know what?
Angela looks awesome.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, where's the process interviews, Dave?
I know. I've got one.
You're holding everybody back because you don't have new content.
All right. I'll get one up.
J. Faybox waiting.
I'll get one up tomorrow, actually.
Dan DiDio.
Okay, where's Meredith. Dan's? I'll get one up tomorrow.
All right, promise. Pinky swear. Cross your heart and hope to die.
All right.
Stick a needle in your eye.
I'm ignoring you. I don't know if you notice.
I could keep going.
What time is it?
Okay. I don't care. I'll keep going.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to be done at 10, but I'll be done at about 10:15. You can live with that?
I don't know.
You can.
I might go on strike. I might ignore you.
Okay.
See how that works?
All right. Just read the questions, man.
Oh, now I'm giving you a hard time. This is the moment that everybody loves because you look up at the camera and you're like, I'm trying so hard to hold it together while she pushes on my buttons.
Yeah.
I need a Dave button push, like a button on the button pad.
Okay, just read the questions, man.
Daniel, Daniel, I don't have it in me tonight. Carrier. I don't know. I think I said it wrong, but Danielle wants to know. And I feel like I've said Daniel's name before, but not tonight. I can't. No physical copies that I've heard of, but it's on his website. What are we talking about? They're talking about something else. See, I just took the first comment I saw. Now it doesn't make sense to anybody but Daniel. Because there's always this is what you don't understand. There's conversations going on in the stream. So it's not like I can just pick any random comment. I have to make sure it's the proper comment and not just like a conversation.
You're making a very easy job sound hard now.
Am I?
Yep.
Then I'm doing my job. I'm showing how invaluable I am. Vincent Usan wants to know, how do I know I'm ready to teach how to draw? How do you know when you're ready to teach other people how to draw?
I think it's like knowing when you're ready for sorry, for professional work or anything. Like, I don't know that there's any, you never know, but I would say when you have a good understanding of, the stages of drawing and the foundational parts of it and those kinds of elements, then yeah, I'd say you're certainly ready to share that with people. And, teaching is different than drawing too. It's a different thing. And if you have a natural ability to teach and to share what you know with people, I'd say, yeah, you definitely go for it. I think that's great. And, there's not enough passing on knowledge from generation to generation. And I feel like so many artists, so many in a lot of fields, people, kind of want to hide the way that they do things because they want to protect their secrets. But we're not going to be here forever, and I don't know.
Someday everybody will draw like Dave.
Well, the thing is, I think you can learn a lot from me and not draw like me at all. And I mean, you can learn a lot from me and draw a lot like me too. Like there's, it's certainly possible to go that route. And some of the videos I think lend themselves to that more than others, but it's not a, foundational drawing is foundational drawing, no matter what the style is.
So there. Okay. So Nick from Detroit wants you to know, David, that sun poisoning is a real thing. His buddy had it on spring break in 85. So don't get sun poisoning. And Kevin Mandel wants to know, Meredith, as a husband and wife working in comics together, have you and Dave ever looked for advice for working together from the Simonsons, Walt and Measy? Like, I know them. They're the best.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked to them, and they really are. They're great. But no, it's, I have to admit, generally speaking, like I'll see other artists and writers and different people at conventions, and we end up just talking about, how was the show, how's your flight, how are things, whatever. End up talking about that kind of stuff, and it's, not often enough do we really kind of talk shop. Like, how do you do this? How do you do that? What's your strategy for this? And I should do that more. Like, I've talked to Arthur Adams a lot, and I don't think I've ever asked him one useful question.
Hiccups.
I mean, imagine how much I could learn from him. And what have I ever asked him? I basically said, well, I love your artwork and you're awesome. That's basically my conversations with Arthur Adams. Not really. You know what? At first. But you get to know him. He's very laid back, easy to talk to guy. So then we're just talking about kids and dealing with the kids. And
life.
Yep.
Oh. Sorry, I had to mute myself there while I yawned. Russ Hicks has a super chat for $5. Russ says, I'm halfway through my first watch of the new expressions course. It's amazing.
Oh, Thank you, Russ.
Thanks to
Thank you very much.
Eric Rovart for letting me know about it. Eric Rocks, moderator extraordinaire. Because I haven't said that yet tonight.
Yeah, we have not said that.
I don't know how many likes we have, but on my computer, it's frozen at 472. Are we frozen at 472 likes?
You said that quite a while ago, right?
Yeah.
So I would say that you're frozen. I mean, it's possible, but when the number doesn't change.
But your hand moves.
People are still commenting, so you're fine. I'm waving my hand around. Meanwhile, I've got the reference up on the screen.
All right.
I don't need the reference. Why do I have it on the screen? You know what? I do actually. I need the other.
Do you have a mask? 623 and counting, Meredith. Oh, good.
Hey, look at that. See? You hit your number and everything.
646 says Tim O'Neill. 650 says Russ Hicks. So there you go. We're doing good.
That's great.
She asks, and the stream delivers. Most unique channel name Meredith has ever seen is on tonight. I haven't seen myself for a while. It's good to see myself.
That is awesome.
Oscar Close says, I love the pencils. No, it's very unusual that you do in pencil. What? Oh, you didn't do the pencils. Oh, you inked it. You did pencils, but then
I did pencil. Well, I had to do more pencils than I would sometimes because there's so much costume detail. But
you did so much pencil. I thought that you were doing a pencil piece.
Well, she's got so much detail in her, you know. If I had drawn Angela a million times, this is my first time ever drawing Angela. So, you know, that, and with all the little detail, and yeah, I had a feeling this one would be a little involved.
So what's the character you're going to draw on next week?
I need to look at that big picture.
I know, but which one? Do you know what one? Have you looked at it? Oh, you haven't even looked at it.
I looked at it. Actually, that's my first time seeing it in person. Obviously, I just pulled it out of the bag.
I feel like Siddharthi was asking me to have you draw Nova, but next week it's going to be that piece. So you're going to start working on that.
Yeah.
Nova's on the list, but I don't know how far down the list Nova is.
I've drawn Nova before.
Not on the stream.
No. I can't remember where I drew Nova, but I mean, someplace for Marvel.
Benjamin Lopez says, you have inspired me. I love your work.
Oh, thank you very much, Benjamin. I really appreciate it.
Eric Grove is rocking on the cross sales.
The cross sales? What's that mean?
So you've clearly never, ever worked sales in your life.
No.
So a cross sale means somebody buys something and then you sell them something else.
Oh. So you don't just appreciate the fact that somebody bought something. Now you just...
Well, like when you go to the bank. So for example, if you go to the bank and you're going to open a bank account.
Yeah.
Then they're going to cross sell you maybe a savings account and a debit card. And do you want overdraft on your checking account?
You want fries with that?
How about telephone banking?
See, I understand
internet banking. Yeah, that's cross sale.
Okay. Oh, well, there you go.
Business term.
All right. Fair enough. And I always do want fries with that.
Yeah. So there you go. You're offering something to people that they don't necessarily know that they want, but they didn't know that they wanted.
Right. Okay. Right? Yeah, fair enough.
So like, for example, you might want to bundle your superhero heads with the new course for a discount.
A substantial one too.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
All right. Fair enough. This is a bit of a loose sketch, unfortunately.
I think it looks great. Your version of loose is so totally different.
Did you see that Travis picture?
From everybody else's version of loose. Meredith. Did the list make it, and do you keep it in the infinity vase? Henry Jernick.
You should. Actually, you know what?
It's on my computer.
Meredith's got it on a computer. Eric is taking list now for future videos for the channel, for future tutorial videos too. Eric has been helping more and more with the channel. And Eric is basically my official spokesman nowadays.
Yeah.
Really. And, you know.
If you want to know what Dave sounds like, he's got a South African accent.
Yeah.
Wayne Blackman has a super chat for $5. Wayne says, hi, Finches. I'm very thankful for you guys and this channel. Thank you for your super chat, Wayne.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh, no, don't step on my computer. It's walking on my keyboard, man. Cats have no respect.
No. I saw a YouTube video today.
Okay.
With someone holding their cat up at the beginning of the video
Mm-hmm.
and saying, "This is like whatever." I don't know. I'm not gonna imitate it exactly, but my cat really wants you to subscribe to my channel. You can't say no to like I shut the video off. You're kidding me right now. Holy crap.
Patches really wants you to subscribe to
Yeah.
Dave's channel. So
Oh, that's rough.
if you haven't subscribed to Dave's channel, do it now.
Yeah, Patches, she really cares.
Patches, say subscribe. Say meow meow. She purred. That's good enough.
Yeah, oh yeah, that means
she wants you to subscribe. Yep.
I feel sorry for us.
Hey, it's after 10. Anything goes after 10. She's mad at me. She's like, stop pulling on my tail.
Where's my mouse? Let me pull up the screen here. There we go. Let's see where I
Oscar
am on
Close
this thing.
says I'm from Poland. Big cheers from Poland.
Oh, hey, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining joining us and staying up late too. It'd be pretty late in Poland, eh?
Yep. Sid V says, hello, Mr. Finch. I was a bit busy, so I missed most of the stream. Sid V is banned. That's what you get for showing up late.
That's right. Well, thank you for coming.
No soup for you. Not Jamone has another super chat for $1. Not Jamone. I didn't see any comment, but thank you for the super chat.
Yes, thank you very much.
And here we go. I'm going to do this as best I can. Home 1C1 Doll Man Yak 2016. Welcome to the Finch Flock.
Thank you very much. Welcome. I've got a I should mention too that I have a review stream coming up later this week, and I need to figure out exactly when that is, but I'm thinking I need to talk to Eric too. Because with Eric moderating, I can't just say, hey, it's going to be this day, because if Eric's not there, the whole thing falls apart. So I'm going to talk to Eric and see, what night is good for Eric too, and make sure that he can be there. And then we'll figure it out. But I'm thinking, Wednesday or Thursday is kind of what I have in my head right now. But I'd like to do for another review stream. And it should be fun.
Cool. Marcus Frazier has a super chat for $5. Marcus wants to know, question. Do you have any original comics I can take a look at? If so, I'd love to read them. Your artwork is phenomenal.
Oh, thank you very much. I do.
I don't have anything to send anybody right now because it's all in storage, unfortunately.
Yeah, I did Batman for quite a while with Tom King. The new Batman.
A lot of it's online though too.
Yeah, you can find it all online. The new Batman series that's out right now. I did the first 5 issues and then skipped a few and then did another. Anyway, I think I did about 15 issues. Something like that. 10, I don't know. I did Avengers for a long time, Moon Knight for a long. You can, if you type my name in, you can find comics that I've done. Anyway, I've done a bunch.
WB Hughes has a super chat for £1. Oh.
Did you lose it? What happened?
No, it's just the mic is like, I'm trying to balance the mic.
Oh, well, thank you very much for the super chat. And
what are you talking about?
You said there was a super chat for £1 and then you just trailed off.
But but there's just a.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, thank you.
There's no comment.
Who was it?
No comment.
Who
from
was it?
WB Hughes.
Well, thank you, WB. Really appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Sergio Enrique Arenas says, amazing work. I'm watching from Cuba. Good tutorials. By the way, please draw Tank Girl. Thanks a lot.
Oh, that'd be a lot of fun. I really am a huge fan of Jamie Hewlett. I would really actually enjoy that.
I actually really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, you know what? It's one of those movies that it didn't do well, to say the least. A lot of things happened. I don't even know. But it's like a cult classic a little bit. Yeah, it was just a fun movie.
It was a fun movie.
For me, I didn't really care about the movie so much because it's all about the Jamie Hewlett art. But I didn't hate the movie at all. You could call it kind of like Green Lantern,
Sure.
I love Green Lantern. I think it's a quality movie.
I know you do. We had this conversation last week.
I'm like the old guy that just
everything
repeats the same stuff over.
Old
I
is
know.
new again.
I know.
All right. Rike Ingles 123 says this is the most badass female character I have seen in a while.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And you pronounce Ricky. Can you say it again?
Rike Ingles 123.
Rike Ingles, because he was in we did a Frazetta drawing stream,
Oh, and he
and
said
I was trying, and I could not say, and you know.
Did he say I said his name wrong?
No, I was saying his name wrong. That's my point.
You say a lot of things wrong.
Yeah.
But we still love you. Because you're a nice person. You try really, really hard.
All right.
I just need to go to bed. I'm so punchy right now.
Yeah. I'm really waiting for, things to just go completely south. I'm burning through this as fast as I can.
Here we go. I'm going to help us out here.
How are you doing that?
I'm just playing some harp music. Playing with the sound effects.
Okay.
Can you do multiple at the same time?
Please stop.
You can do multiples at the same time. Did you know that?
No, because nobody would do this.
Well, I just did it.
I got a lot invested in this YouTube channel thing,
People
This means a lot to me.
People love you.
This means a lot to you guys.
People love you. I'm allowed to have fun. Girls just want to have fun sometimes,
Nobody takes me seriously. That's what
I
it
take
is.
you seriously.
That's what it is.
I take you very seriously. Sorry that my playing two sound effects at the same time caused you so much stress. I was curious. I'm like, can you do it? Can you play multiple sound effects? Well, you can. You can play multiple sound effects at the same time.
Now we know.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
That's right. See,
anybody my age is going G.I. Joe right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody younger is like, what?
I could sing that theme song too.
Yeah, don't do
But the real American hero. I missed a super chat from F Ever Forward DSD. I don't know where that one was. Would have been a while ago. Marcus Fraser, there's a super chat from Marcus for $5 saying, how's it going?
Good, Dan. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, there it is. I did miss a super chat. I hate when my computer flips. F Ever Forward DSD for $5. Name is Josh. Would you please consider a Witchblade Darkness two-parter? You guys are the best.
Oh, that would be a lot of fun, actually, and that would go together really nicely.
See, it was right after the Russ Hex one, but sometimes when I scroll down, like my computer flips, and then I.
You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to draw a character. I'm going to pick one of the bigger ones from that picture next week, and then I may do. You know what? I'll do one picture, and then I'll just do some of my own, and then I'll do another one in a bit. Because it's going to take me a little while to get through that thing.
We also have other commissions that are waiting too.
Yeah, look, I know.
Yankee 820 has a super chat for $5. Can you add Kyle Rayner as a White Lantern to your list? Love your work. It's changed my art for the better. You guys rock.
Oh, thank you. Kyle Rayner is a White Lantern. I'm not even familiar, I have to admit.
Agent Cub, $2 super chat. Agent Cub wants to know, what do you think of the Green Lantern movie, Dave?
Agent Cub, I love that movie. Such a good movie. It's hilarious. Even better than Daredevil, which is also a classic.
So Paul Essenson says Dave might need to reclaim control of the soundboard soon.
Yeah.
And Kevin Mandevil says Meredith is just pushing boundaries, taking the stream down new undiscovered avenues.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there you go. Here's an actual art question from Ross Klein. I notice Angela's hips are tipped forward a lot. Is that a comic trope or is it my anatomy knowledge that bad?
Um, I don't even know that I would just really call that a comic trope. I mean, maybe it is, but the pose that she's in is kind of like it's like this. So from the side, her chest would be up like this, and then her hips would be back like this, and then the back of the leg goes like this, and it's just a lot more dynamic and nice looking than if I just had a character that's kind of straight up and down like this. And if I did this, I could kind of angle the chest downward and then angle the hips this way, and that's fine, but it's not exactly the most powerful. So that's really what I've got going on there. I mean, if I did a male character, it would be similar enough, but it's more accentuated for a female character because um, women have different lines. A man is much more likely to like with the arm. You see that big arm there? It's not a shot, but trust me, it's
I'm pulling my hand back from the soundboard. HOM 1C1 DALMANYIC 2016. That was easier. Was that better? A better way to do it? That's a super chat for $5. Hey, Dave.
I'm wrapping up. Let me zoom. I haven't zoomed in this whole time. I'm going to zoom in.
You just totally cut off his super chat.
Okay, hold on. I might as well zoom in a little bit. Okay, go ahead.
I'd love to see you draw Guts from Berserk.
Guts from Berserk. I have to be honest. I'm actually really not familiar with Berserk, and I know that's kind of come up before, and I really need to kind of familiar because I mean, obviously, it's very popular, and I have a feeling that I would like it just based on the title.
How come your mic sometimes cuts right out?
Don't know if that's happening. That's
it does sometimes. It's just like sometimes it's like you turn your head away, but you didn't turn your head away. That I look up. It must be it's mic problems.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not a cheap mic.
Or maybe just the switching tonight. Gaz has a super chat for $5. Gaz says, just want to check and see if the $6 million man and the Bionic Woman is still on the list. Oh, and Jack Burton. Yes, they are. Uh-oh.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Isaac just texted me that a show made him cry. Poor Isaac. Monday nights are his late night because we're down here.
Yeah. Yeah, sending him to bed while we're down here is kind of futile.
Yeah.
So he's up there watching who knows what. We're the best parents. He's 12.
He's fine.
He's going to be 13 soon.
Yep. He's fine. Clearly not watching anything too bad. It made him cry. He's past his scary movie stage.
Where he wanted to watch scary movies? Or yeah. He went through this whole, I can't watch it, but I really want to watch it. I can't watch it, but yeah.
Kenny Wang's, I keep yawning in the microphone. I'm sending Kenny Wang to bed.
What, is he actually going to bed?
Yep. He said, I'm going to bed now.
I'm sorry, Kenny. We took too long. I'm almost done.
Take care. Good night, Finch Flock.
Good night, Kenny.
Good night, Kenny.
Yeah, there's a limit. I know. I'm almost done, Meredith.
Tagmo Model Works has a super chat for $2. Artwork in a gun show. Wow. Full show.
That's right.
There's it was Avatar. He loves it. Avatar.
Oh, yeah.
Show.
Yeah.
The second part of the story. Oh, poor buddy.
It's a great show.
It is a great show. Adam D. Hilton just dipped away and purchased a new course. Had already done superhero heads through Skillshare, but purchased again. So I have it in the library.
Well, thank you very, very much. I hope you enjoyed the new content. I'm excited to get it out there. I could not have done it without Eric for sure. Eric actually put this one all together on the site. We have it coming up for Skillshare. We actually had an issue
The last 2 videos are enormous. They're very, very long. It's 2 full heads, fully drawn and rendered and detailed. And I took so long on them that you can't upload that to Skillshare. That it needs to be shorter videos. So I need to take the last 2 videos and cut it into 4, and then we can get it up there. But it'll be on Skillshare fairly soon. And yeah.
Henry Jermick was asking a question, but I realized he's asking it to somebody else.
Oh.
So never mind. Henry, I will not read that comment. Benjamin Lopez, one question. What microns do you use?
I'm using a 01, and it's the only one I ever use. If I go smaller, I can detail this thing, forever, and it just gets out of control. So I limit myself to this so I can't get too small. And I don't really bother going bigger. I've done it, I've tried, and it works. But generally speaking, when I want bigger lines, I just go with these. Unfortunately, this pen here is really dead. It's well past its prime. And I still have not gotten around. For a while there, I couldn't order anything because we were moving and I didn't want it just to show up at the old house after we left. And right now, I just haven't gotten around to it. So I need to order some new pens. All right, Meredith, here we go.
You're putting your name on it?
Done.
That's it.
Zoom back out. And there it is, such as it is. I did that pretty quick. Actually, I think it worked out all right.
I'm sorry. I put on the applause.
Oh. Yay, I'm just glad we're done. That.
I'm tired.
All right.
Once when you get past 10, I'm done.
I know you are. I know. Well, that was actually a lot of fun. Thank you so much for the suggestion.
It was a fun chat.
Yep. So thank you,
stream.
Artsy.
Next time there's problems with the soundboard, I'm blaming Patches.
Fair enough. All right. Everyone have a great week. We will see you next week on Monday. Same time, same place. And
more slept.
Well, maybe Meredith. And the JFabok process video will be out tomorrow. I'm going to upload that tomorrow. It's all ready to go. So
Pinky swore. You heard him.
Pinky swore. Actually, I didn't, but I will.
But you will.
And we'll have a member stream later this week for reviews. So looking forward to that one too. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. All right. Thank you.
Bye.